Sullivan of Classical-Lite's C-LITE A.V club. I have here with me two members of the yMusic group. You guys go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name's Camerieri.
I'm Hideaki. Aomori.
And we are two of the founding members of yMusic. yMusic is a 6-member chamber ensemble. It has myself on trumpet, French horn, Hideaki on clarinet, bass clarinet. Alex Sopp plays flutes. Gabriel Cabezas plays cello. Nadia Srota plays viola, and Rob Moose plays violin and guitar. We've been in group for about 5 or 6 years, and we just released our second record called Balance Problems.
Cool. Alright, so Balance Problems came out in September on New Amsterdam Records. Take me through how the composition was going with that.
Well, we have a collection of amazing composers on our new record. Nico Muhly, Marcus Balter, Andrew Norman, Timo Andres, Mark Danzigers, Jeremy Turner, and Sufjan Stevens. We commissioned all of the works. We've been friends with all of those guys for a really long time. Sort of starting with Sufjan, who Hideaki and I toured with. When was that?
I think it must be 2006.
I think 2006.
Something like that.
Right. Okay.
And the group sort of started because of Sufjan. We all were working with him, and sort of as like orchestral instruments in a band. And we were all working with him in bands like The National, and sort of wanted to make our affiliation with each other and with these bands official by sort of giving it a name. So we started yMusic sort of as more of a collaborative group, and then those people started writing us music on our own, and yeah, it's been really exciting and fun.
Great. Awesome. Okay, and so now you have a weekly remix of the Balance Problems tracks on Q2. Let's talk about that.
Well, like you said, the record came out in September, and we have a show for New Amsterdam that's a fundraiser on December 15th at Baby's Alright. Okay. Right here in Williamsburg. So basically, we started a couple weeks ago where we're releasing one remix by collaborative artists who we're friends with, we've worked with over the years. They're remixing one track a week leading up to it, and so far it's been going really well. Rob, who is a founding member of the group, remixed Sufjan's piece, and he did it all. It was really cool. He did it all on guitars, all on fret instruments. And then Sean Carey, who goes by the name S. Carey, who was a band member of Rob and I are both in Bon Iver, and Sean's in that band. He turned Jeremy Turner's piece into this beautiful song and sang over it and wrote words, and it's really beautiful and cool. And then Yuka Honda, who's a great friend of mine and the group. I've worked with her in the Plastic Ono band and various other things. Hideaki's done some stuff with her as well. She remixed Nico's piece, Balance Problems, the title track, and it's really a beautiful and inventive and really dynamic remix. And we're gonna have a bunch more exciting remixers leading up to this concert.
Awesome. And so these run for a week live on Q2. Okay. And so then, how did you guys get involved with Q2 then? Nadia works.
Nadia works.
Yeah, Nadia has an amazing podcast called Meet the Composers. I'm not exactly sure if that was the reason why this was, connected in that way, but the group is pretty interesting because everyone we have very, I don't want to say opposing philosophies necessarily, but like very different musical backgrounds, and even the day-to-day, it's not what you might think in a group. You know, it's not very cohesive because I have no idea what Nadia's doing right now, but she's probably doing something that I know nothing about. And I don't know if this is a good thing to say, but I'm not even a huge contemporary music expert. You know, we have these different people who are in charge of different things.
Basically, how the group works, it's unique. None of us do the group full time. We all have various other gigs we do, different bands, different people playing different ensembles. Hideaki's a great jazz musician who just put out a record. So we all bring our separate experiences as sort of freelancers and band members, and we bring these separate experiences together to perform this music that we all sort of create and commission and write and arrange for ourselves. So we bring these different experiences. So it's not like we're 6 of the same musician who play different instruments, and it's really fun. Like Hideaki gets to improvise on a lot of stuff, which is something he brings to the group.
I mean, CJ actually met through very, you know, it was a jazz, you know.
Then we were 16.
I was playing saxophone.
Yeah.
We were playing a big band. We were in the Grammy. We went to, what was it?
Yeah, we went to the Grammys.
We went to the Grammys.
In LA, yeah.
We were 16, and that's where we met. And CJ was playing lead trumpet, and I was playing alto sax. And you know, now he plays French horn a lot. And I'm like playing bass clarinet. We're playing classical music.
So it's been a really fun journey to come to this point. We all feel it's cool because we all do such different things, but then when we get to yMusic, it's the thing we've done the most over the years. So I feel like that's all of our home base for some like strange reason. It's like coalesced around these group of individuals and these pieces.
Cool, awesome. Well, you mentioned your solo album here, Clue. Can we talk about that?
Sure. You know, yMusic, I mean, extension of what we were just talking about, but we all come together for that a few times a year. Sometimes we go on tour for a while. But then when we don't have yMusic, it's a very different, you know, Nadia's making radio shows, and, you know, Alex has like a full symphony, you know, the nights that she's playing in and she's a member of, and it's, we have all these solo projects, you know. You're working on a solo project.
I'm working on a solo project, yeah.
And that solo color, I guess, is very different for everyone, and in my case, it's actually pretty, you know, it's bebop, it's jazz, and for this album, I decided that it was going to be all mostly improvised and original music, and yeah, I just play tenor sax and clarinet. It's with very straight-ahead jazz musicians, and they're great. David Wong is on bass, who we went to school with actually, and Jeff Patton is playing piano. Pete Van Nostrand is playing drums.
Okay.
And it's, yeah, it's very straight-ahead jazz.
Really. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. Oh, and can we talk about your solo piece, or?
I've just been recording some stuff, and I don't know what's going to happen with it, but yeah, I've been going out to Wisconsin, April-based studios, and doing some recording, and it's been very cool. It's been a learning experience.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with it.
All right, cool. Doing the Wisco disco out there.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and so tonight you're playing at the Kitchen, and that's part of Sam Green's The Measure of All Things documentary.
Correct. Yeah.
How did that come out?
Sam actually saw us open for the Dirty Projectors at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, awesome.
He went there to see them and really liked our opening set. It was such a cool experience for us to get to play chamber music, unamplified, like at Stern. It's one of it's one of the earlier gigs we've gotten to do. It was such a cool experience. And then we played with the Dirty Projectors as sort of a part of their band, which was sort of the original intention of the group way back when. So Sam saw us do that and just sent us an email out of the blue. We weren't familiar with his work, which we then became very familiar with. He had worked with good friends of yMusic, Yola Tango, on a project about a film about Buckminster Fuller, and so we watched that, and it was really, really interesting. And so he sort of, Rob and I had a glass of wine with him about a year ago, and he was like, I want to start, he was really taken with our music, so we sent him a bunch of new recordings. What he does a live documentary where he, it's basically like a very slick PowerPoint, and he narrates it, and we do live music. It's really fun. The audience really seemed to like it. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. And he, so he took all of our recordings and sort of edited together a soundtrack to the film.
Okay.
We've been performing it a lot. We just did it at Duke University, where we're in residence last week, and yeah, we're doing 2 shows tonight at the Kitchen.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So what's next then for yMusic? What is the future? What does 2015 look like?
2015 is pretty exciting. We've been making a record with Ben Folds.
Awesome.
Which has been really, really fun experience. He has a beautiful studio in Nashville, and we've been sort of creating. He wrote a piano concerto a couple of years ago, and he's been touring it around with orchestras. So he's really interested in these colors, but he sort of is looking for the flexibility of playing with a band. And so yeah, we've been creating all this music together, and it's been really, really exciting. And we're going to finish the record in early January, and then we all go our separate ways for a few months. I go on tour, with a different artist, and then we have some more Sam Green stuff in Greece, and then the record's going to hopefully come out sometime in this late spring, early summer,
awesome.
And we'll do lots of touring, and we're so excited about it. He's been such a wonderful guy to work with.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He has a very clear understanding of the process of recording and music in a way that I didn't. I mean, it sounds a little cocky, but you know, you don't necessarily expect big artists to understand the little details of, okay, we're playing and there's an alto flute and a bass clarinet and he's playing and singing and he's like, he changes the voicing of that, and it's totally, it's legitimate and it's completely right, and he hears it right away, and it's actually very impressive.
Such a talented guy, yeah.
And a super fun, nice guy.
Yeah, we've been having the best time. We're so excited about it.
Yeah, you guys are like glowing here talking about it. That's
I
awesome.
know.
I think I'm okay. Cause I know we discussed what we were going to talk about. Anything else you want to throw out there?
We should talk about like the individuals more, or is that cool?
I think.
Yeah.
What do you think? Cool?
Up to you guys.
Yeah.
It's great now. If you want to talk about everybody else, great too.
If there's anything, I mean,
if you
I like talking about the individuals because I think it's really fascinating. You guys do all these things and then come together and then do all these things again.
Cool. So so Hideaki did his jazz record. I'm working on some music of my own. Sort of go through the list of people. Alex Saab has been, actually she'll probably yell at us for saying this, but she's been writing songs a lot lately, and working on some working on some solo material, and
she also does a lot of artwork. For example, the cover art for my jazz album Glue and our Dragon EP.
Yeah,
it's all her artwork, and she's been doing a lot more of that, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.